this one away. On the return, it's Nyheim Hines. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape, up past the 30.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 31-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play and 2nd down.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
6-man. Check girls, check girls, check girls. At 25.
2nd and 9 now. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Miles Jack. Well, certainly not how he wanted to start his night. First throw of the game, an INT.
Yeah, it's not easy, but he's got to try and wipe that one away from the memory banks. And let's face it, it's not often a quarterback and a defensive back have a lot in common. But one thing, because they have these individual type plays, they've got to have short memories, don't they? DB gets beat, wipe it away, quarterback throws a pick, has to do the same thing.
Pretty nice work defensively there on the first down run as they hold him to a gain of a couple.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Wentz. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
That's an excellent play by the defender. He diagnosed that one, closed quickly, and helped force the incompletion.
Now Wentz on 3rd down. He's going to fire one deep over the... It's caught at the 10. Touchdown, Washington.
To number 89.
A big play there. 46 yards. And Washington has taken a first quarter lead. So the quarterback drops to throw, looks over, and boom, a guy that wide open. He has to be thinking, wait a minute, this is some kind of a dream. This is too easy.
Yeah, a great dream. One you don't want to wake up from. But for the defense, almost feels like there was a bust in coverage.
Taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 the score as they start 1st and 10. And there is nowhere for him to cut back as he's taken down in the backfield.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Well, we always talk about how you've got to be quick when you go through your progressions, and here's another prime example. Trying to look downfield, he was standing in the pocket, but just couldn't find anyone open, could he?
No, not enough time. They hit him and forced that incompletion. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Over the middle, complete. It's Wilkins. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. A big play there as they get the conversion on 3rd and 13. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Airing this one out for Evans. And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it. And it took the ball off course.
I may be an analyst, but I'm also a fan. I love it when people take the big shots downfield, but he was under a lot of duress. And I think that forced the incompletion downfield. Didn't have a real good chance to find his target.
And a minimal gain here as he's up to about the 47-yard line. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or 2 because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 46, and he returns it into enemy territory down to the 45-yard line.
At the 45-yard line.
So after the INT, here's Wentz. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Rose. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. 13 yards there and a Washington first from the 32 now. Here's 1st and 10. Play action. Now Wentz. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Oh, a free safety blitz. That can be a gamble, but it proves fruitful there.
Yeah, you're exactly right about the gamble because oftentimes the free safety is the last line of defense against a long pass. And when he comes at the quarterback, he'd better get home and make the play. Otherwise, a big play could result for the offense.
Escaping the pressure right. Going right side here, and that's complete. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is because you got to get his attention because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
He's going to wind up and air it out, and that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. That'll be a pickup of 29 yards there. Throwing is Wentz. They'll set up the screen to Elliott. And here he'll get it down to the 7. A good rally to the football keeps him to only a yard, and it's 2nd down.
In order for a screen pass to break big, a lot of things have to come together and be well executed. But all it takes is one small thing to go wrong and keep it from being a big game.
The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal. This is Elliott. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down. Here's Elliott. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a 4th down. This situation in the 4th quarter, you go for it. But here, take the points.
If you go for it here and don't get it, you and I are missing our plane, and we're going to the post-game press conference to hear him justify it. Because the next thing we'll see is the owner walking in announcing a firing. There is no way he goes for it here. Get the field goal. It's the first half of the game. You've got time to make it up.
And he returns this to the 22.
On the return, the Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. To this point, the results have not been good. 2 possessions, 2 turnovers.
And that's obviously something that can't continue, but to go look.
He's got daylight. The 30, 10, and all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. A great play there. 78 yards. And the Seahawks get the quick strike touchdown. What an excellent run, and from the beginning, the defense just looked a little fooled, a little out of position.
A little bit frozen, too, because when you hand the ball inside, you lose sight of it oftentimes as a defender, and your eyes naturally gravitate to the quarterback. And before they realized it, he was off and running through the thick of the line while the quarterback faked it and carried it outside.
This taken in about 4 yards deep.
Washington takes over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had a field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met. That was well defended, and while it was a completion, it resulted in a loss of yardage. It's really, really hard for a running back to think to himself, I probably should have just dropped it and saved the yardage. It goes against the entire training that he's had his whole career.
The last completion actually lost a yard, so now they'll need to convert on 3rd down. Now a play fake. Wentz. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down. On 4th down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. 43 yards on the punt, return of 4, and it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And they hit the home run last drive. One play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually thinking about a passing play, aren't we? Something in the air, deep ball. But how about them just taking it big-time jaunt? Now if you're coming back out, now they've established this run game, the play-action pass could very well be open.
2nd and 14. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down.
Oh, I came to my feet on that one. I thought he was getting close to breaking that one big, but in the end, give some credit to the defense, finding a way to get to him and forcing a 3rd down.
They'll look to throw here. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he'll lose yardage here. Go. Down back at the 28.
A 4-yard loss. It's 4th down.
The Seahawks send out their punter as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. Yards on the punt, just 2 on the return. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. They got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage. The big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Now Elliott. And the hole closes quickly. He gets it across the 35 to the 36-yard line. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
Brings up 3rd down.
Washington on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. From the gun, it's Wentz. He's going to fire one deep left sideline. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Well, they came up with points in their first 2 possessions, but it looks like they'll come up empty here on their 3rd drive. The defense finally starting to get locked into them a little bit. Might have to go a little bit deeper into their playbook on their next possession.
So a good punt, but a solid 12-yard return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to something else.
And maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked up by the Michigan man, Jabril Peppers. And now off to the races down the right side. And he will bring this one back. It is a pick 6 for a Washington touchdown. So that's now 3 first-half interceptions, and that last one even costlier as it's returned for 6 points. So as a quarterback, how do you regain your focus?
Well, QB 101 says you never show them that you're sweating. Still act like you're the guy that you've thrown 6 touchdown passes, not 3 interceptions. But he's human. He's got to face up to his teammates. He's got to own up to that. See if he can brace up and also not look over his shoulder and see his backup starting to warm up. It's going to be a tough one for him.
They'll run on 1st down. Michaels, and he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. And we remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll hand things off to the coach, Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have a look back at a very intriguing opening weekend in the NFL. Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. That one a gain of 20 and a 1st down.
That was a beautifully executed screen pass. He let the rushers get upfield and get the escorts in front, meaning the offensive linemen, other blockers out in front. Completed the pass beautifully. So now you've got all that open space with big guys leading the way.
The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long. Got to give some credit there defensively. They snuffed out that screen early on 1st down.
Really read it well, didn't they? Because they didn't bring the pressure that they expected. They covered all the passing lanes. So once you see it break down as the passer, I think in this situation, you're throwing it at the feet of your back.
He's got it at the 15. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Mike Evans, 58 yards. And the Seahawks have made this a one-score game. And his kick is right through.
Makes this Washington 17.
So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. Fielded in the end zone. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return.
25-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to push it, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
2nd and 12 at the 23-yard line.
The opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. They fake the give. Now Wentz. And a quick throw here. That's complete. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run.
21 yards.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 50-yard line.
From midfield, here's Wentz. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 47. And he's into the clear. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Charles, I'm looking at you, and understandably, your mouth is wide open in disbelief. What were they thinking?
That's going to be one of the great mysteries, but I do know this. When they went out on offense, I will guarantee they told them, don't just make anticipatory throws. Make sure you see it before you throw it. It didn't happen here.
Trying to protect that lead, and now they gave it up. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Taken in the end zone. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21.
At their own 22-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
And following the pick six, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick six. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told him, and they told us, they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Shotgun now for Wentz. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. Now Washington going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half.
At the 50-yard line.
They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches. Dancing to his left. Now he's going to left. That's caught inside the 20. Now Washington going to go ahead and use their final timeout. as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. Again, they'll throw with Wentz. Buying time to his left. And it's caught. And so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. Another first down as they call his number again. He's got 15 yards here. Now Wentz again to the end zone, but it's incomplete. Oh, this is a complete miss-hit. It's no good. Didn't even get it there. And this score will stay right where it is. Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal. A final shot before half for Wentz. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
It's 3rd down and goal from the 1.
So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the left hash, he'll have to cut this at a tight angle. And his kick is indeed good. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we send you cross-country to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report. And we'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. Fielded in the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
At their own 23-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
We have not seen much on offense from either side. These last few drives, it has been a struggle, hasn't it?
Totally, and you're thinking to yourself right now, if you're on offense trying to get things figured out, okay, we self-scout every week in our game plan. How many things do we do at certain times? What are our tendencies? Time to go to some of those tendency breakers and try and create some offense.
They always have those in their back pocket, don't they?
You have to, and if you don't keep abreast of what you're doing, you lock into a rhythm.
Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked off at the 48. And what a return as he brings this all the way back down to the 20-yard line. So an opening drive interception to begin this second half.
And just think about the time you spent in the locker room going over what you expected to do in the second half. Not the way they saw it, not the way they drew it up. You find out this is something that you can't just edit, right? There's no rewrite here. This is live, and now they've got to find a way out of this hole.
On first down, Michaels. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
A loss of 2.
Here we go on 2nd and 12. Letting one go deep for the end zone. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play, and guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? And in this case, they managed to get it done.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. And able to find Higbee. It's complete. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll take this from the 9 down to about the 7.
39.
Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal. They'll keep it on the ground. Michaels. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustments, what they talked about, maybe it was just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But looks like they're ready to go.
They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. They'll try and set up the screen to Hines. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Touchdown. From 10 yards out. And the Seahawks capitalize on this short field as they take it in for 6. There are several elements to a well-executed screen pass. This one resulted in a touchdown. It had all of those elements.
Hey, you're so right, because you really need the rush to almost get to the quarterback, almost get to the passer. Then you've got to get the ball thrown perfectly, whether it's to the running back, the wide receiver, whoever the screen guy is. And, of course, the blocking has to form in front to get him downfield for the touchdown.
At their own 25-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious, because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Eluding the pressure right. Oh, he finds his running back open downfield. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A first down there on a pickup of 25. Working from the gun, Wentz. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy on the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw and a good one.
On play action, Wentz. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
Washington.
Into the red zone, Wentz. And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line, he's sacked. Jordan Brooks gets him for a loss of 10 yards from his linebacker spot. So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. Another try after the first down sack. Wentz. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Washington.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
Now Elliott. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown.
Ball carrier.
A 6-yard touchdown run. And Washington now within a 2-point conversion of tying this game. People always talk about one of his biggest strengths, running the football, vision, and he found the spot there, went into the end zone.
You're exactly right about that, and it wasn't just the vision, right? Once he saw the gap, decisiveness, made up his mind, and about the power to finish the play. Not only did he get good blocking, he created his own space as well.
And he'll get into the end end zone as the two-point conversion is successful. So right back to square one, tied at 28 as he kicks it away. Taken in the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And their lead has evaporated in this third quarter. It's tied once more as they begin with a 1st and 10. A throw left side to start the drive is complete. And he'll be out of bounds near the 30. In fact, right on the 30. Nice way to start the drive. A gain of 12 and a 1st down. They'll try the left side. Michaels. And bulldozing his way through. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. 1st down Seattle on a pickup of 13.
1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Some pretty good games all weekend. We may have saved the best for last. This Monday night game has been a dandy. Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. This drive starts with 2 steps forward and now 1 back. A pair of 1st downs, and here a loss of yardage. Now a give, right side. Michaels. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47. The Seahawks on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6.
3rd and 6.
They'll look to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Coverage was awfully tight there on 3rd down. They actually closed off all the passing lanes, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. This is taken at the 15. Oh, and he's taken down here by his face mask by the looks of it. And a penalty flag is going to give a much better starting position. So a big penalty there on the face mask leads to 1st and 10. Here's Wentz to throw. And this is going to be intercepted. It's picked off near his own 48. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line. So how about that for a momentum switch?
We're in the 4th quarter and it's a tie game. You've got to take care of the football here. Now their opportunity to take the lead right out the window, and everything is flipped in the other direction.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off at the 23. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down. Got out of the pocket. Didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it. Live to fight another down.
They throw again on 2nd down. This one's complete. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. 12 yards there and a 1st down.
And partner, in a tie game in the 4th quarter, you and I both know in the NFL, that's when you lean on your stars. And he came through with a nice catch right there.
On 1st and 10, here's Wentz being chased out left. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Rocky Sin. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line. He got outside the pocket there trying to improvise, and he was calling for the ball downfield, but still the interception.
I think what happened, he did call for the ball thinking that he was open, but I think the quarterback spotted him too late. And that margin that he had on the defenders, that got eaten up, and they came up with the interception.
Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a first down.
First and 10 at the 26-yard line.
They'll try the left side. Michaels, and he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3.
39.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21.
We've called a lot of games, but we don't normally talk about inside linebackers being that fleet of foot, do we?
No, he was able to get outside there to make that play.
Yeah, and you know what makes them faster? Their ability to read plays, understand what offenses are trying to do, and put themselves in proper position.
He's got Evans. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up second and goal.
Well, the spotlight hit him once already tonight as he got into the end zone. He was trying to make it a double spotlight, wasn't he?
But credit the defense, bottling him up, not letting him get in for the second score there. They'll keep it on the ground. Michaels, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and that's going to bring up an interesting third and goal. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. A 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Seahawks are going to take the lead. No surprise there. Third and goal down here. That's where they're going to look for their tight end.
Yeah, you want that big guy running his routes because it doesn't matter who they cover him with. If it's another big guy, he might use his bulk against him. If it's a shorter defender, he might go over the top. Either way, you tend to find a little bit of a mismatch in that area.
And this carries into the end zone. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25.
Oh, that's money in the bank, baby.
So it's Washington with the football here as we welcome you back. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. Now a throw downfield is taken in by his running back. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. First play of the drive going for 14 and also going for a first down. From the shotgun, a give to Elliott. And he'll get this across the 40 and up to about the 42-yard line.
The ball carrier.
Jordan Brooks on the tackle.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
He'll look to throw. Throw left side complete. That's Elliott. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. 7 yards there and a first down. He's back to throw. And he'll go underneath here to Elliott. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. Clock's under a minute. Still plenty of time, partner. They have all 3 timeouts.
That means they have plenty of options in their play calling and where they target on the field. They can throw it downfield, maybe even in the middle, and use their timeouts.
And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. Late in the game, defense trying to avoid a big play. He's able to work out of the passing game, turn it into a run, pick up the first, and stop the clock as well.
And you know in this situation, everything is sped up. The intensity, the thinking, everyone's movements. But for a quarterback, he has to continue to be what we call a flatliner. Level in everything he does and read the clock, feel it in the pocket, and go at the appropriate time.
And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this fourth quarter. That first down completion only netted them 3. 2nd and 7. They'll set up the screen to Elliott. Give him 3 on the screen. He couldn't break free, and it's 3rd down. Now Washington going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in the game. Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4. On play action, it's Wentz. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this ball is caught. It's a touchdown. And now in the final seconds, they're a PAT away from likely getting this thing to overtime.
And while it appears the heavy lifting was accomplished by scoring the touchdown, they're still down 1. That extra point is not a gimme.
Extra point attempt here still to come. And we may very well be headed to overtime.
That ties the game, 35-35.
So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this fourth quarter. Taken about 7 yards deep. And with time a factor here late, he'll just take a knee and they'll put it out to the 25. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They, of course, tie game, would like to avoid overtime if they could.
And a lot of people would go ahead and play it safe here and get to overtime and try and win it there. But, you know, sitting up here in the booth,
take some gambles.
I say let's go for this thing, try and push it, and maybe catch the defense back on their heels a bit.
See if they do that. So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. Boy, Charles, what a critical call in a tie game late.
You want to have the tight coverage. You don't want to cause the penalty. Pass interference in this case. Remember, it's a yardage foul in the NFL, a spot foul where it occurs.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
Incomplete from the contact.
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22.
Yard line.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
And he cannot avoid the pressure as the Washington pass rush gets home. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had some...
So we're right back where we started. All even as the kick's away. Fielded in the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. They're set for their first drive here in overtime, and this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all day, but I know what you're saying. In overtime, that gets doubled, doesn't it? At least, because now the crowd really wants to be involved and help their team, and that first drive can dictate the whole thing because they know if this team takes it downfield and scores a touchdown, it's game over.
And it's been loud in here so far. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Wentz. And he slings one that's incomplete. As a fan of the NFL, for an opener, you can't ask for much more than this overtime in Week 1.
I know it's hard to believe that some people may not have been watching our game, but I'll bet through social media they found out this one was snug and getting into overtime, and they flipped over here in a hurry. This is fantastic. If you're a fan of ball, you love these types of games.
He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Overtime here out west, and you got a team from the Eastern time zone. Maybe their body clock's a little thrown off, or is that overhyped?
I don't think it's overhyped, and I think that for most teams, you're hoping that your mind overrules your body, because your body's looking for slippers and bedtime clothes, right? You're looking for the pajamas. But in this case, you've got to stay with it mentally. And what a lot of teams do, they never change their watches. They always say on East Coast time and just go ahead that way to try and defeat any of the effects of moving to the west.
First down.
So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 46. Out of the gun, it's Elliott. And he's going to be met at about the 43. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. That one good for 37 yards. Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5. Wentz going to throw. This will be caught at about the 6. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. Partner, a great game that we got to see and making it extra special. Not only did I get 4 quarters with you in this one, I got some overtime. A little whipped cream on top.
Look at you, trying to make this whole thing palatable.
I just want you to pay for my meal later.
You really just wanted 4 quarters what you wanted. But how much fun was that? We had that type of a game where we got us to overtime, and then we get the dramatic ending to finish things off as well. What a game.
So for Washington, it was a game that could have gone either way, but they get the touchdown in overtime to secure the Week 1 victory. And they'll return home next week to take on the Detroit Lions. Meanwhile, for Seattle, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat. And they'll have a chance at redemption next week at home against the Los Angeles Rams. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.